Hello everyone, I am Arshan Sheikh, a student at IIPS DAVV Indore, and today we are going to discuss the question 6 of the end semester of data science. So the question is explain the key differences between k-means clustering and hierarchical clustering algorithms. What are the advantages of hierarchical clustering over k-means when visualizing cluster relationships? So the answer for this is firstly, we have the aspect that is k-mean clustering and hierarchical clustering. We will differentiate between them. So the algorithm types of the k-mean clustering is partitional, which divide data into k cluster directly, and for hierarchical is it builds a tree-like structures, which is a dendrogram. Secondly, the cluster structure is the clusters are non-overlapping and fixed once formed, and in hierarchical, it allows a hierarchy of clusters, nested clusters. Then, according to the number of clusters, the differences in K must specify the KK beforehand, and in hierarchical does not require specifying KK. The dendrogram helps decide it. In initialization sensitive to initial centroid, random initialization can be done, and in hierarchical, no initialization is required. The method is it is an iterative optimization by we can also set it we will minimize within cluster variance, and in hierarchical we have the bottom up agglomerative or top down divisive clustering. According to the distance matrices, the differences are in K, it is typically uses Euclidean distance, and in hierarchical clustering, it supports various matrices like Euclidean, Manhattan, etc. According to the scalability in k-mean clustering, it scales well for larger data sets, and in hierarchical, it computationally expensive for large data sets. And then lastly, we will have the cluster shape difference. In k-mean, it assumes clusters are specific spherical, and in hierarchical, it does not assume any cluster shape. So, what are the advantages? Now we will talk the advantages of hierarchical clustering over k-mean for visualizing cluster relationship. So firstly, we have the advantage. First advantage is the dendrogram visualization. It has the hierarchical clustering procedures. Hierarchical clustering produces a dendrogram, which visually represents how the data points are grouped into clusters. This provides insight into the relationship between clusters and subclusters, making it easier to interpret the cluster structure. And secondly, there is the advantage is there is no predefined number of clusters. So the dendrogram allows user to choose the number of clusters by cutting the tree at a desired level. And this is the flexibility which is useful for exploratory data analysis. Our third advantage is it reveals hierarchical relationships. So hierarchical clustering can show nested clusters, which is useful when data has a natural hierarchy or multi-level grouping. And fourthly, we have the non-spherical cluster advantage. Fourth advantage is the non-spherical cluster. Unlike k-mean, hierarchical clustering does not assume clusters are spherical and can better represent more complex cluster shapes. So that's all the answer for the question. Thank you.